it's me from Ever Gaming, and today my dad is going to be playing a game. So he's going to be playing Pokemon Let's Go, and it's a brand new game. And today I'm going to be showing you, well, he is going to be showing you how to find a Charmander shiny. So let's get started. So first, here's the TV. Here's the TV right now. He's playing, and since I'm not playing on my Switch, he is going to play. So right now he's playing as Ruby.
Alright, so let me talk to you about the method first. So there's 3 things you can do to help yourself find a shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get yourself a catch combo. If you look at the very top right there, you see I have a catch combo of 32.
Ow.
So you want to catch 31 Pokemon in a row of the same species. And depending on the Pokemon you're trying to catch, usually it's better to have that one. So if you're trying to find a shiny Charmander, you probably want to chain Charmanders up to 31. You can chain anything to get the boosted shiny odds, but if you do that and it's not the Pokemon you're actually looking for, then you don't get the boosted stats. Because the other benefit of Catch Combo is it boosts the stats of all Pokemon in that combo. And after 31 is when you get it maxed out, and 4 stats will be perfect after 31 guaranteed. The other 2 things you could do to boost your shiny odds is using a lure, which you can buy at any Pokemart. Yeah, you get them as soon as you beat Misty's Gym, I believe. They start showing up in the Pokemart. So make sure you stock up on those. You're going to want to have one active at all times. And the last thing you can do is get the Shiny Charm. And the Shiny Charm is probably the best item in the game. Once you complete the Pokedex, you actually get it, and it basically triples your raw chances of getting a shiny. And all 3 of these methods stack with each other. So if you have a lure, a Shiny Charm, and a combo of 31 plus, your odds of finding a shiny are about 1 in 270 or so. If you haven't completed the Pokedex, don't worry. Even without that, using the other 2 methods combined with just a lure and a catch combo like I'm doing here will still give you 1 in 315 chances of finding a shiny. So it's not too bad even without the Shiny Charm. It's definitely doable. Now what I'm doing here is I'm on Route 3 just after Pewter City. And this is probably one of the best places to find Charmander specifically. Once you get that combo 31, all you want to do is just wait till the Charmander spawns, run into it, and then immediately run away. You don't want to waste your time catching him because it might break your combo if they break out of the ball and run away. And you don't have to. It doesn't break your combo. Running into anything and running away, like right here, I just ran into a Mankey on accident, but that's okay. As long as I run away and don't try to catch it and it doesn't run away from me, my combo is still intact. And look, there's another Charmander. The reason why you want to do it this way and actually actively seek out the Charmander and run away is because it takes it off the map and leaves an empty spot for Pokemon to spawn in. Now what I've noticed with Charmander is most of the time, after you run into a Charmander and run away, another Charmander will almost always pop up again. So with this method that I've been working on, I've been able to find a Charmander once every 10 seconds or so with counting the time to run into him and run away. So that means you could do some real damage here with this method. This is the most efficient way, time-wise, to get a shiny Charmander. I'm sure this works on the other starters as well, Bulbasaur and Squirtle. I haven't tested on them because I'm still hunting Charmanders. But doing it this way seems to be the best. And you want to do it on a route if they can appear in multiple places. Somewhere with a nice small area of grass so you can kind of see everything. That way you can easily see where they are when they spawn, like right there. Little Rattata got in the way again. By the way, I'm up to 195. Make that 196.
So he's going to be counting numbers, and he's going to be writing it down on his phone. He was controlling for a few minutes, and he needs to find lots of Charmander until he gets a shiny, so that when he gets a shiny, he can get all shinies. And he already got one, which is that one.
And let's show him what the shiny form looks like. So this is what a shiny Charmander looks like. It doesn't look a whole lot different, so to the naked eye it's going to look like a normal Charmander. But here's what a Charmander actually looks like.
It looks like...
Shiny, regular.
So what's the point of this? It's that it's like a yellow color. So it's kind of like this gold right here, and it actually has darker blue eyes. So that's something that's different about it.
And not to mention that, but when you see it on the map roaming around, it's going to have a little glittery sparkle effect to it as well. So it's real easy to see. Even if you don't recognize the color difference, you will notice the sparklies. And if you look, those are its stats. You see how it's got perfect special attack, special defense, speed, and defense? This is what happens whenever you get a chain combo of 31 or more. So all of the Charmanders I've caught recently have at least 4 perfect stats. I think actually that one was before I started catching them. But at this point, every single Charmander I catch from here on out will have at least 4 perfect stats, which is why you want to combo the Pokemon you're actually trying to find a shiny of, just to make sure you get good stats. You can combo something easier, like Weedle or Caterpie, or something like that, just to, get your 31 combo up, and that will give you the boosted shiny odds, but you won't get the boosted stats if you catch something else. And another thing to think about is it does break your combo if you catch something that's not in your combo streak. So, for example here, I caught one Shiny Charmander already, and it didn't break my combo because it's the same Pokemon that I've been catching. I had a 31 streak when I caught the Shiny, and it just made it 32, and I still have the boosted Shiny odds. So, you can just keep hunting for Shinies over and over and effectively farm Shinies. A lot of people, when they're hunting Shinies, they like to stand still and let Pokemon continuously spawn around them. But my problem with that is it just takes too much time. It takes a Pokemon 30 seconds after spawning to despawn from the map. So by actively hunting out the Charmanders and kicking them off the map, that takes about 10 seconds. Not only that, but the shiny boosted chance applies to every Pokemon, even if it's not the one you're trying to catch. And, you don't want to end up finding a shiny Rattata instead of the shiny Charmander that you're after. So, another thing that this does is by hunting out the Charmanders and kicking off immediately and getting another Charmander on the field, the other benefit is Charmanders are spawning at a much higher rate than every other Pokemon. Because we're still letting the Spearows and the Pidgeys and the Rattatas despawn after 30 seconds, and so more often than not, Charmander is the one that's spawning.
It's me.
And it's like Ember's jumped in for backup here.
Sometimes if you go in front of Pokemons, if you don't want them to get in front of your first player so that if they're getting any shiny, they don't accidentally press get ready. So that's why you need to go in front of your Pokemons.
Right, so if you do have a player too, if they run into a Pokemon, it'll stop them in their tracks. So it can help you kind of dodge through all the ones that you're not trying to catch, so you don't have to get into any unnecessary battles, which saves even more time.
And sometimes if you go in the middle and the left, you can actually not waste any steps.
Right, the bottom middle is the best place to be because you have the best field of vision with the rest of the field, which is why when you're hunting, you want to go to somewhere that has a small patch of grass where you can see everything that spawns. Now you can see up there, Sandshrew is outside the grass, but they don't spawn outside the grass. They will always start inside the grass and then run elsewhere. So that's why it's better to go to areas with very small patches of grass so you can see everything as they come out. And as you've seen so far, pretty much every time I run into a Charmander run away, the first Pokemon to spawn afterwards is another Charmander. Normally this is an extremely rare Pokemon, but they appear much more frequently after you get a catch combo of at least 10. Then they pretty much, you're guaranteed at least one Charmander on the map at all times. And just a quick update, I'm up to 204 now. I was at 231 when I caught my first Shiny Charmander, so we're getting towards the point where one should pop up soon for us here. Hopefully we can get it on camera. That makes 205. We got Zale chirping away in the background.
And exactly if your Pokemon runs away, if your Pokemon runs away, it doesn't matter because even if your shiny runs away, that's over.
Right, so even if shiny running away, it doesn't break your streak. Anything that you run away from doesn't break your streak. Now, if the Pokemon runs from you, that does break your streak. So while you're chaining to get up to that 31 combo, what I would recommend doing, especially because these starters are really, really difficult to catch, you always want to have a second trainer because when you combine two balls in one throw, it increases the chances of capturing. Also, if you don't catch them on the first throw, especially higher in the combo when you're in the mid to high 20s, what you can do is you can run away from it if that first ball doesn't catch. That way you don't risk them running away from you. There's a slight delay after they pop out of the ball before they run away, and that gives you just enough time to hit that run button and get out of there. And then just try to catch the next one. Another little pro tip for you, I'm sure you're seeing this here, but when I run away, it immediately jumps to the run away button. When you're in a battle, if you press the B button, or if you're using the Pokeball Plus, you press the top button, it automatically hits the run away option, so that saves you some time as well. And that is number 211. So just to give you some insight on just how efficient this method is, I've been hunting for this Charmander for about an hour and 12 minutes, and we're up to 211. So we're getting about 180 encounters every hour.
And when it's over, you might have to try to get a shiny another day. They don't come every day, so you might have to do another day. Not every single day, but just Sunday.
Yeah, there's no guarantee after a certain number of encounters that you will get a shiny. It's all probability based. I went on one of my shiny hunts, 1,300 encounters without finding a shiny. So don't give up. They'll come eventually, but it's just completely random. It's still, even with all the boosted odds in the world, it's still up to luck of the draw. So it's just a matter of keeping at it, being patient. It is tedious work, but it's definitely worth it once you get that beautiful shiny starter Pokemon with perfect stats. It's going to have 4 perfect stats if you chain that Pokemon to get your chain combo.
Like, imagine this. Imagine this was your shiny, and you missed the throw. It's over. Your shiny Weedle.
That was a shiny Weedle?
Yeah. I know it's not purple.
I actually don't know what Weedle shiny looks like. That's a good question. We should look that up.
But you never know what color you can get, and you never know. And if you don't know what shinies are, you can actually look it up on Google.
One thing I forgot to mention, I did tell you the chances of lure and catch combo giving you a 1 in 315 chance of finding a shiny, but without any boosted chance at all, you have a 1 in 4,096 chance of finding a shiny. So that's what we call full odds. So it's definitely a huge boost to do these methods. 300 versus 4,000, I mean, that's a pretty big jump. You're definitely going to want to do this.
And something about Pokemon Go, if you get the game, it comes with like a little Pokeball, and you can use it as a controller, and you can also put a Pokemon in there and play with it. If you walk around, it'll level up.
That's right. So if you're struggling early on, you can take it for a stroll, get some extra experience without having to battle, and have it come back stronger than ever. And what's really cool is a lot of people may not know this, but when you put a Pokemon in the Pokeball Plus for a stroll, it still gives you the option to, uh-oh, where's the Joy-Con?
It's right here.
Let me see, careful. You don't want to swing it, it's in the swing mode. Ooh.
So sometimes, if you're second player, you might not want
that was
to be
close.
second player. So if you be second player, you can't be it if you don't want it. That's something that a reason. So sorry guys, that wasn't a reason.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, Amber.
No
Sorry.
reason, guys. Sorry.
Goofball. Yeah, you don't have to have a second player for this. It is nice to have that extra support, though. Like I said, you can have player 2, stop these guys in their tracks so that you can get straight to Charmanders. When you do find that shiny, you definitely want to use 2 players. Even if you don't have a second person, just taking your other Joy-Con or your other Pokeball and doing the throwing motion with both still increases your odds. So you definitely want to, when it comes down to actually catching it, you want to make sure you're throwing 2 balls at once. And we're up to 221, by the way. So we're getting real close to the point where I caught a shiny last time. So let's see if I'm more or less lucky than I was before. 231 was the magic number. Oh, yeah, I didn't finish my point, what I was trying to say. If you have a Pokemon in the Pokeball Plus and you're walking it around to give experience, you can still use that Pokemon in your game. It doesn't actually remove it from your box or from your party. So you can still use it in battles and everything like that. But when you return it from the Pokeball Plus, it just gives it all that extra experience and gives you all those extra items that it finds while you're walking. So I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't actually take it away from you. You still have access to use it.
Sorry guys, my brother was just like crying a little bit. But on to the game.
Oh, Zale's a hungry one.
You can even find Team Rocket anywhere. You can find them at random places. Somewhere where you leveled up some more. Yeah, you can even battle.
Yeah, Team Rocket is in this game. That's why I'm wearing the outfit. I was able to beat Team Rocket, and you get this outfit in one of their hideouts.
And there could be lots of gyms that you have to battle. If you get all gyms, some cool stuff they'll give you some cool stuff. Right?
For the gyms? Yeah, they usually give you a TM if you beat a gym so that you can teach your Pokemon what their signature move.
But don't be a little too excited because there might not be all the characters in Pokemon that you like. Like, so let me just get this Pokemon.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Don't get a little excited to Pokemon Go. Whatever.
Let's try that again. I'll give you another shot.
So, in Pokemon Let's Go, don't be a little too excited because there might not be Pokemons that are actually in Pokemon Go. And the real good, there's this one, but there's not this one in this game.
So that was Tyranitar. So what she's trying to say is, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee only have the original 151 Kanto Pokemon. So you won't find Pokemon like Tyranitar or Lugia or anything from later generations of Pokemon. Even if they're in Pokemon Go, you can't transfer them over to Let's Go. Only the original 151 can be moved over.
You can only get one each.
Alright, so we are up to 230. And it's official, I am less lucky than I was before. 231 and still no shiny. Again, let this be a reminder, there's no guarantee you ever will get a shiny. It's all based on probability, but sooner rather than later, you should find one. I did the math, and the average number of attempts and encounters it takes to find one when you have 1 in 315 odds is approximately 237. That's the magic number where you have a 50-50 chance of finding a shiny by that point.
And sometimes you might think it's 4-player, 5-player, but it can only be 2-player.
Right, yeah, this is only a 2-player game at most.
Sometimes you might not want to be able, but if you change your mind, you can't change yourself. You have to restart the game.
That's right.
You can't restart. Anyways.
Alright, so we're up to 235, still no shiny.
And you can buy the game on the Nintendo Switch. You might think it's on anything else, but it's probably only on the Nintendo Switch.
That's right, Nintendo Switch exclusive. Alright, found a tiny Spearow, but that's not what we're looking for. So what should we hunt for after Charmander, Amber?
We should probably hunt for some like shiny Pikachu.
Yeah, we could do that. Pikachu shows up in Viridian Forest, so we can hunt him there. He's a bit rare though, so it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
What's cool is we can still go hunt him after we find this Charmander without having to do another chain, but If we do that, it's not going to have the boosted stats since we don't have a Pikachu chain, we have a Charmander
And remember,
chain.
you can only do it once a day.
No, you can't. What are you talking about? Can't do what once a day?
Nothing.
Wow, yeah, you can find as many shinies as you're able to. Definitely takes some time usually, so limiting yourself to one hunt a day is not a bad idea, just for your own sanity. Because it can be rough when you're hunting and hunting and hunting over and over again and you don't find one for hours.
Sometimes it could be over.
What do you mean?
It can be over when you don't find a shiny at all.
That's true. You can't go through an entire day without finding one.
You could live.
And just a reminder, the color will appear different on the world map, so you will see him pop up in the grass with his different shiny color when he does show up. And he will also have that little sparkle around him. If you see the red or blue ring around them, that doesn't necessarily mean shiny. That just means they're bigger or smaller than they normally are. So red means they're bigger, blue means they're smaller. From what I can tell, though, if a shiny does appear, it won't have the red or blue ring around it. In addition to its sparkles, it'll just have its sparkles. So it's kind of easy to tell when it's shiny because it won't have any other effects around it.
Sorry, guys.
Oops. Oh, Pikachu's not happy. What's the matter, bud? There you go. Can't have Pikachu mad at us.
Pet your Pikachu.
Or Eevee, if you bought Let's Go Eevee.
Yep.
You don't get a choice of starter in this game, so make sure you pick your starter when you buy the game. So make sure you're getting the right game for the starter you want. If you want Eevee, get Let's Go Eevee. If you want Pikachu, get Let's Go Pikachu.
And sometimes you can actually change it.
No, not in the Let's Go games. It's decided at the start. Now you still get all of the original starters, so Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander you can find in the wild like we are here, but somebody also gives you one in different places throughout the game, just like they did in Pokemon Yellow version. Alright, so we're at 247. We'll keep going until 250. And we'll do a jump cut if it doesn't get to there by then.
And in the game, you can it's a different way to throw the Pokeballs. It's not like Pokemon Go. So you have to do it differently. You hold the A button and you shift it up. Well, pull it up.
Just like you're throwing a Pokeball in real life, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just don't actually throw it.
Yeah, don't break your TV now. Alright guys, so that was 250 attempts so far. We'll go ahead and cut it here, 251. And hopefully we can get it on camera next time. Bye, take care.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed it. Go back to Ember Gaming. Bye.